Node 3464272 connected to node 564560.
Think I can get on.
You're there.
You see me? I don't see myself. Anything coming back?
Oh, there, I got my picture up.
I don't see anything.
Oh, I'm
WU7N testing.
WU7N, full quieting. This is KD7ZYM.
KD7ZYM, this is WU7N. Yeah, Ron had a lot of echo and feedback there just a few seconds ago. Standing by for net, top of the hour for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society.
No, I don't know.
Well, I got a picture up myself anyway.
Yeah, that's good. I don't see anything.
Oh.
Good evening. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the 08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. The Western Washington Amateur Television Society is a group of amateur radio enthusiasts that take to the airways with digital amateur television in the DVB-T format. We transmit on 70 centimeters to a crossband repeater at Cougar Mountain that spits out an image at 1.2 gigahertz. To find out more about our group, please Google WW7ATS. That will take you to our homepage on the internet. There you'll see the exact frequencies we transmit and receive on, and also you'll find a link that takes you to YouTube where we stream our nets held Wednesdays and Saturdays between 8 and 9 o'clock. Also, we'd like to thank the SeaTac Repeater Association letting us use WW7STR's repeater 147.08 with a tone of 103.5 for our voice transmissions during our nets. So with that, I'll pause in case anybody has emergency traffic or needs to make a contact on the 08 machine before the net gets fully underway. This is Dave, KD7ZYM. Hearing none, welcome back to the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net, also Signed in by video link this evening is Ron, KD7QKU, Richard, K7ITX, Jim, N7QO in Covington, James, WU7N in Northeast Bellevue, and Carlos, AD7NP in Clyde Hill, and myself, Dave, KD7ZYM. If there's anybody else who would like to check into the net, well, again, good evening. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. Let's start out with Ron, KD7QKU in Tacoma.
Okay, this is Ron. Can you guys... I can't... My receiver must have quit. I don't know. I'm not receiving anything. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, you hear me. I only see... On Discord is the only thing I see tonight. Strange. Maybe my receiver decided to quit. I don't know. So, I've unplugged it and plugged it back in 2 or 3 times. And that doesn't seem to do any good. My preamp is on. So it seemed like it got awful dark early tonight. But maybe it didn't. I see my temperature gauge up here. The battery's low in it. I'll have to replace that. So let's see, I got a haircut today. It's about the only thing I did. And then I was looking for the tools and stuff that I'd taken out of the motorhome. When we sold the motorhome, we had lots of stuff in the compartments, and I always carried a lot of tools. So I went out in the storage shed. I looked all over. I couldn't find them. I thought maybe it'd be a good idea if I put a few tools in the Corvette, and I thought I could use those tools. Excuse me. So anyway, I had trouble finding them, and finally, Joanne said, "Well, maybe they're in our Jeep Cherokee." So sure enough, I lifted up the floorboards, and I had them down where the spare tire is in the Jeep Cherokee. So I found the tools. I have lots of tools, so I won't have any problem fixing some other tools, or maybe even taking those out of the Cherokee. But okay, so that's it for now. So back to net, KD7QKU.
KD7QKU, thanks with that, Ron. My receiver is set on 00 for receive, so I don't know what your receiver is set on, but mine was set up by Wade to be 00, and that is working this evening. So let's pick up Richard, K7ITX.
Okay, this is Richard, K7ITX. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm just going to move forward. I can't see anything. I'm blind tonight, as well as Ron. And Ron, I'm glad you found your tools. Isn't that something that usually the lady of the house knows where everything is? So, anyway, let's see. So I'm sitting here at the Northwest Kidney Center in Kent, up on the East Hill, and things are going really good. I'm excited. I made arrangements to take care of the same sort of business Friday morning, which was going to give me an opportunity to leave the Puget Sound region earlier than normal, than my evening appointment. So I'm happy to get out of there about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and head to Portland for some sports car racing. So that's what I'm doing. And yeah, I had blood tests done at Valley Medical Center today. Also, University of Washington, and then I go to Issaquah tomorrow at 3:30 for a doctor's appointment. So I'm hopping around. K7ITX, back to net control.
K7ITX, thanks with that. And a welcome back to Jim, N7QO in Covington.
N7QO. Thank you, Dave. Good evening, everyone. Well, my apologies for missing a couple of nets there. August has been a really problematic month for me. A lot of things have happened, and it prevented me from getting on the nets as much as I would have wanted to. Anyway, I'm back in town now. Glad to be back where I can participate, and hope I don't have to go through some of that again. But I think it's probably over for this year. Ron, yeah, I heard good audio from you on both a ATV repeater and on a 2-meter repeater, and excellent video on a television repeater. And did you say something about looking for tools to put in your Corvette? Did you buy a vet? I missed out on that. Dick, I hear you just fine on both the television repeater and on 2 meters. Car racing, yeah, have fun with that. And dialysis, yeah, sorry about that. When I was younger, I used to wonder why people would talk about medical problems, but now that I'm older, I understand perfectly why that happens. We just, we have problems, and sometimes people are curious, so sometimes we feel compelled to talk about them. Sorry for all that stuff you have to go through, but if it keeps you going, that's what really counts. So we'll keep praying for you and hope you wind up with another kidney soon. Beautiful day here, a little bit hazy, a little bit smoky. The sky's a little discolored from the smoke. It's been warm all day here. Right now I'm showing 78 degrees here just south of Covington. And back to you, Dave, and 7QO.
N7QO, thanks for that. Well, let's go to Northeast Bellevue to James, WU7N.
Okay, looks like I'm 2 meters only tonight. I can't seem to get in on the OBS route, so I'm don't know what's wrong with that. Worked fine last net, but well, anyway, James, WU7N, Northeast Bellevue. Good evening, everyone. Well, Ron, what I usually do is I usually misplace a tool that I need for some project, and I tear the house apart looking for it, and then I go to Harbor Freight or something and get another one And as soon as the project is over, I say, well, where should I store this? I won't misplace this one. And I decide, well, underneath this, in this little drawer here will be a great place. And I rip that drawer open, and there's the first tool, the one that I couldn't find, laughing at me. That's usually what I do with my tools. That's why I own at least 2 of everything, I think. They always seem to get the last laugh. Well, Richard, I'm glad to see that you are in a routine, a rhythm there with all the body maintenance, so you can still go to sports car racing. That's good news. I hope you have a good time, and maybe snap a few pictures and bring them back to us. Let's see. Jim, condolences on your brother-in-law. Glad to have you back. It sounds like that was a very difficult August for you. I hope September is better as we move into fall. It's interesting you should mention the smoke, because I was looking. I've been sleeping with my sliding glass door open just to cool during the day, and then I close it up, and even on some of the hotter days last week, it stays cool enough down in my office so that I don't really have to turn on any air conditioning or anything. But if it's too smoky or too icky outside, I won't do that. My carbon monoxide detector in one part of my house was reporting a peak of 20 parts per million, which must have blown in from outside. I don't think there's anything in the house generating that. So someone might have had a truck or something going out there and just downwind and blew enough in to get 20 ppm, which isn't a lot, but it's more than I want to sleep with. So anyway, as the big city becomes bigger and more city-like around where I live, I probably will have to sleep with the windows open and instead build one of those air filters like we all built during the wildfires. What was it, four summers ago or something, when you could just about chew the air when you walked outside. Hey, let's see. Well, what I've been doing, I did a double stint of physical therapy Tuesday and Wednesday. Oh my goodness, I am so tired and so sore. Those people definitely know what they're doing. So I hope it heals faster there. And I've been doing lots of exercises at home too. So really wearing myself out. Had to take a little nap before the net tonight. But healing up and doing well. And so at 15 minutes, quarter past the hour, I'm going to turn it back to our net control day for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. And I can see everybody on Discord. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can bring them up on the low latency stream on our site. WU7N, take it away, Dave.
WU7N, thanks for that. And it's time for a quick ID. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net on the 08 machine. Again, I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. Well, let's go to Carlos, 87NP in Clyde Hill.
Okay, we have audio and video, and can I see you all at the same time? Okay, fantastic. So a couple of notes by order of urgency. James, your token expired. I'm not singling you out. It expired for everyone, so I've been sending multiple emails. So if you check either your email or your Discord message, you will see your new token. And if you need, I can also, because I think you use it on your phone, so if you want, I can also text it to you so that you can replace that on your app. So that's what happened. These are on 3 months, so every 3 months they expire. So good news, your next token will be a Christmas present, no worries. And I'll run through the system to make sure that everyone gets their token ahead of the expiration. Because we usually generate the tokens all at the same time, both yours, mine, Wade, and Bob, and Lee had all expired, so I sent one to Lee also, in case Lee is listening. Ron, I have the same addiction on tools, so and not only tools for me, but I feel that all my kids need to have also the same set of tools, so I always equip them with kind of toolkits. But as you mentioned, tools, I wanted to show you one that I just got recently. And I don't know, it's kind of the camera will do a good job here. This is a time grapher. Yeah, it's not doing a good job. I'll have to adjust the lights afterwards. But this time grapher, basically, you put the watch. I was suspecting that my watch was being, it's kind of losing some seconds here, you know, and well, 2 meters down, 2 meters back. And I've watched all these YouTube videos where these people have this, the time grapher. And so this time grapher will tell what's the amplitude of the balance wheel, and will tell me, and I was correct. This watch is going back 22 seconds per day. So this confirmed, you know, you gotta figure out all these tools that are available to then go and figure out that your watch was 22 seconds back per day. This wasn't the main one that I was worried, but I have another one that is in need of service that's having kind of a bigger of a problem. So good audio and video. Ron, I mean, you're coming out just fine, so I don't know what's going on there with the receiver. It seems like you're under the hood of the receiver now, and it's probably the carburetor of that device that it's the mixture not working well. Needs some more oxygen. I'm going to send it back to Dave, our net control, and I will have something more to show on the next one. KD7 ZYM from 87 NP in Clyde Hill.
NP. Thanks for that, Carlos. This is Dave, KD7ZYM, and this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net on the 08 machine also. Well, here in Lake City, I've got 71 degrees and it's clear outside, but you know, it's dark. It's hard to see what clear really is, but anyway, I'm not seeing any clouds up in the skies. And Ron, not receiving. As I said to Ron earlier, my receiver is set on 00, so I don't know what Ron's receiver is set on, but it's nice that he found his tools to put in his new Corvette, so that's always kind of good. And Richard, boy, getting ready for the races this weekend. I think that's going to be enjoyable for you. And Jim, back from family issues, so anyway, welcome back. We've missed you the last few nets. And James, maybe you have to get out your N95 mask to alleviate that smoky area around your house. But anyway, who knows? And Carlos, well, new tokens for once, for several, so that'll be kind of nice. And the watch device for timing is good. I don't know what you do with an atomic clock, how you could register that, because it's dependent upon signals coming down from a satellite, but maybe that takes that in. So anyway, for me here in Lake City, as I said, 71 degrees and clear, and I did my $2 donation to Powerball today, got out to do that, so I always refer to it as a donation. It's not buying a chance. So anyway, I did get out for teriyaki lunch today, and that was enjoyable. And did some domestic toy chores. I did wake up about 3 o'clock in the morning. I just couldn't get back to sleep, so I got up and watched television news for about an hour, then dozed off back into sleep, and slept into about 10 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, I did get my snooze out of the way. So that's pretty much what's happening here in Lake City. This is Dave, KD7 KD7ZYM. So let's try Ron again, KD7QKU.
Okay. This is Ron, KD7QKU. Well, Dave, you must not have transmitted picture, so I don't know. So I taken the preamp out of the circuit and just plugged straight into the to the receiver. And so I don't know if there was any picture transmitted or not. I guess you guys can still hear me. I was messing with my stuff here. Yeah. Thanks, Carlos. Let's see. Jim, yes, I did buy a Corvette. I bought a C5. It's a coupe with a moonroof in it and automatic. And I'm getting a little stuff done to it. I have scheduled Friday in the morning at 10 o'clock to take it into Gilchrist Chevrolet here in Tacoma and have some oil change and stuff in it. And then I have a detailer coming over on Saturday morning to detail the inside. It's pretty dirty inside. It's black. It's kind of a silver with a little bit of gold in it on the outside. Looks pretty nice. It's older car, 2002, so nothing new. But anyway, I hope it turns out to be a fun car. Saturday night is the Corvette Club meeting here in Tacoma. They meet at the Black Bear restaurant down on Tacoma Way. If everything goes well, we might try to go down there and have dinner. They have a dinner and then they have a meeting afterwards. There's a meeting room there at the Black Bear restaurant, I guess. Might do that. We'll see how that goes. What else is going on? We went to a concert. I guess probably told you about that. Well, I don't know. I'm drawing kind of a blank right here, so I've been messing with that receiver. I've taken the preamp out, so maybe when Carlos or somebody transmits, maybe I can see a picture. Carlos disappeared, so I don't know where he went. All right, KD7QKU, back to net.
KD7QKU, thanks for that. This is Dave, KD7ZYM. So let's pick up Jim in Covington, N7QO.
Did you want to get Dick first?
Oh, I suppose I could. Thanks for reminding me. I skipped one there. Let's go to Richard, K7ITX in Kent.
Wow. Well, it sure is great to hear Covington Jim back on board. Yeah, we missed you a lot, and I'm sorry for the trials and tribulations you had to deal with. I know what that's all about, that's for sure. So anyway, it's really nice to hear from you, Jim, and brings a smile to my face. So let's see. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a reunion down in Portland this weekend with my college roommate from back. This might get you a little bit, but back in 1971, in the dormitory at Western Washington University, and then we lived in a house on Hawley Street where I met my bride. So anyway, I've seen him off and on a little bit, but I think it's probably been about maybe 20 years since I've seen him the last time. He lives in Salem, Oregon, and he's going to drive up and and find us. The interesting thing about it, we raced the Datsun 510. Well, that's the same car that me and Bob took a trip in our sophomore year from this region down to L.A. L.A. was the hopping spot to be back in those days, and those were the days of hippies and long hair, and but we went to Disneyland and did all the good stuff. Body surfed on the ocean. I saw Albert King, B.B. King's brother, doing blues at the Whiskey A Go-Go on Rodeo Drive. Oh, no, Sunset Boulevard. Sunset Boulevard was where the Whiskey A Go-Go was. So it'll be bringing back old memories when I see Bob. So and I'll be sure and share a video of our club with him, and maybe what can I say? I think I've said it all. K7ITX, back to net control.
K7ITX, thanks for that. Now we'll go to Jim, N7QO in Covington.
N7QO, thank you, Dave. Well, Jim, good audio from you on not only 2 meters, but on the ATV repeater as well. Guess we know about the picture. Physical therapy, man, I remember you, it's been several weeks ago, you were saying something about PT, but I'm glad to hear that you're healing up and doing well. Sorry you had to go through all that, man. Good news anyway. Carlos, time grapher. Wow, that looked cool. So your watch is losing 22 seconds a day. Man, I don't hold any of my timepieces to that standard, but then they're not exactly high-quality timepieces either. Some of them I get for like $10 at Big 5. Oh well, they work more or less. Let's see. Dave, wow. Teriyaki, doing chores, Powerball, and up at the crack of 10 a.m. Wow. Sounds not terribly different than my life, especially now. Kind of tired, drained, physically and emotionally for right now, but that's okay. Anyway, interesting what everyone has to go through there. Ron, 2002 vet. Not exactly familiar with the coupe model, but sounds like that should be fun, and especially participating in a club for vets. Yeah, I've got a couple friends around here who do rallies, and not specifically with vets. And then I have a neighbor who's into old cars, like Model A's, Model T's. A couple of my neighbors are like that, actually. They really enjoy it anyway. Dick, yeah, it's glad to be here. I missed everyone too. It's good to hear from you. And college roommates, yeah, that brings back memories for me. I've actually forgotten a couple of the people who I knew really well. I don't remember their names anymore. I don't know. Some of these memories are kind of fleeting for me anymore. But I have fond memories. They're just fuzzy memories. I know it's all in my head there somewhere. I just can't recall it at the instant that I want to. But that's good that you're going to be able to get together with some friends. I had an opportunity to get together with a number of family members this past month. And in spite of the circumstances, it was really nice to get together with them. Anymore, it seems all too often you see some of your family members, and specifically at funerals and weddings. But I guess that's the way it works. Back to you, Dave, and 7QO.
N7QO, thanks for that. And get a quick ID here again. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the 08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7CYM. Let's go to James in Northeast Bellevue, WU7N.
Well, thank you, Dave. This is WU7N, James, Northeast Bellevue. Well, for anyone who was trying to use OBS on a phone, apparently one of the features, it's not a bug, it's a feature, it erases everything, I guess when its time period is up or whatever. So you not only need the new streaming key, but you got to have the URL, which I should have, I thought it would be stick in there, but I'm sure I've got it down here somewhere, but that's going to take extensive fiddling to get the URL and the streaming key. Carlos, thank you for texting that to me. It makes it a little easier, and I have it in email too. So I think the other thing I have to do is nuke the Dell laptop here. It decided to choke on its own power supply and give me F1, F2s, and F12s or something, and on reboot, and then update itself. I guess this version of Windows is still supported. So that should be done by the end of the net. Well, Carlos, I didn't know you were into watches. I got a bag of watches from someone, and they're mostly counterfeit Rolexes, and I've had great fun playing around with them. But I think I know what your device does. It checks the tick of the watch. I can't see you right now, but maybe you can tell me. And that is, it's amazing if you have a tool like that, because, yeah, those tools used to be really complex, and so it looks like someone has taken, I'm assuming it probably synchronizes itself off WWV or GPS satellites or something like that, and then checks the tick of the watch with I'm assuming a microphone or some sort of a vibration sensor. But if I'm wrong on that, I mean, if you can hold a digital display up to it and if it'll check that, let us know. That would be very interesting to know how the state of the art in checking tick on a watch has advanced over the last, not only the last 500 years, but also the last 5 years. It's probably really advanced quite a bit. Well, Dave, you know, I don't know where you get your lottery tickets. In ancient times, you'd go into some convenience store and hand them $1, and they'd rip off a ticket for you, hand it to you. I was in a Safeway the other day, and I saw a machine, and I think there was 550 million options of how to get a ticket out of the machine for various lotteries around the country. So I would have to say my odds are slightly worse than yours because I never seem to buy a ticket. But next time I'm out in the boondocks, I'll have to go into a truck stop or a convenience store and see if anybody still sells you a ticket, as in the olden days. I guess there was one Powerball lottery that's supposed to be up to $1.3 billion, spelled with a B or something like that, over $1 billion. So the cash payout would be about half that. And then, of course, the government, I think, takes a third of it, of that. So someone's going to have a lot of money when that finally clears. And yes, Jim, it's, I noticed a couple decades ago, the only time the greater families got together was for weddings. and then that turned into funerals. So yeah, it's weddings and funerals bring giant family get-togethers together. I remember there's I think he's a cousin of mine or something, that I was on a dairy farm with when I was quite young. Didn't see him again until my grandmother's funeral, and haven't seen him since. And we joked with each other saying, yeah, we'll see each other again in the next funeral. But because of COVID, my last uncle passed away during COVID, so we didn't all get together that time around. But we did get together for a super exclusive wedding where everybody was at least 6 feet apart from everybody else. So that was good to see everybody during that. Okay, well, this is James, WU7N in Northeast Bellevue. I'm going to go ahead and turn the mic back to our net control Dave over there in Seattle. Take it away, Dave.
WU7N, thanks with that. Let's go to Carlos, 87NP in Clyde Hill.
Okay, let me see if there's audio on this one. Oh, there's definitely plenty of audio. Oh, I don't see the call sign though. I'm trying a new solution that I hope is going to be the application that I will share with both Jim and Richard to get them on the air. So I've built an application that runs here on the PC, and it's a much simpler version than the OBS that has too many settings. I called it the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Streamer. And so basically it just needs your call sign and your streaming key, and it sends directly the video into our repeater, and it should work. So if anyone else would like to try it, it's a Windows application, and it seems to be working. And Dave, in fact, I'm curious if you received your new computer also, because on the new Snapdragon devices, the cameras have this effect. Let me see if this works. The cameras have this new effect that as you move around, it will zoom in wherever you are. And so this will just work fine also on this application. So that's some of the news. And correct, that was just a time grapher. I do enjoy, I haven't gone to like a wristwatch, but I love watching, there's this guy in Seattle that does this, it's called Wristwatch Revival, that has a YouTube channel, and I really enjoy it. And so I have the tools, and I've disassembled and reassembled some pocket watch movements, and I enjoyed that. The watch under test. Oh, sorry, no, it's this camera. The watch under test that I was using, it's a Swiss movement, but the most relevant portion is this was my grandfather's watch that he left me. So it's kind of some sentimental value, and I've used it for quite a long time. It has been serviced by the manufacturer, and it seems to be doing a good job, which I enjoy. So I'll be curious on the feedback. I think the video seems to be working fine. I don't know about the audio, so I'll be curious to learn. Both audio from Jim and Richard were coming just fine, and so I'll be curious on the feedback from this system. So back to Dave from 87NP here in Clydesdale. Let me.
MP, thanks for that. Carlos. Also, in the news I was noticing
in your home
country,
there was a
cable car that came loose.
I don't know if
you were aware of that. Unfortunately, there was several fatalities with that.
I don't know
if that's something that you wrote in
Portugal
yourself
when
when
you
you
were
were in town. So anyway,
maybe we'll hear from you a little bit later on that.
And
That's about it for Dave,
KD7ZYM.
So let's go back to Ron, KD7QKU.
Okay. This is Ron, KD7QKU. Well, I thought everything was working good a minute ago. I taken the preamp out, put it back in. I don't see myself now. Make sure my camera's on. I guess my camera's on. So Carlos is giving me thumbs up, so he's seeing me. I don't know. My receiver or something is acting up here. Carlos, your audio was kind of poor. Everybody else has been pretty good. I don't know if it's your microphone, your room, or what it is, but it wasn't as good as it usually is, so I had a hard time trying to figure out everything you were saying. What time is it here? I guess we still have a lot of time. Joanne's niece and their family, Riley, their daughter, goes to the University of Washington. She's going to be I can't even think now. Shoot. Well, anyway, the class sent a bunch of people over to Switzerland. So she was over there for a month, and you talk about cable cars and stuff. And so then the family went over, and they stayed for a week. And one of the oldest boy taking his girlfriend, so there was about 6 of them. So, and then they went all over. They rented a pontoon boat on Lake Geneva, I suppose it is, or one of the lakes there, and spent the day there. Then they rode a cog train and then some cable cars, and they went up to one of the mountains. It wasn't the Matterhorn, it was someplace else. Beautiful country. I enjoyed their pictures. Joanne and I watched a YouTube video on Switzerland while they were there, so we kind of have an idea what they were seeing. So I suppose we'll get together with them and probably see their pictures. My video just went out again. Yeah, there's back on. I don't know. Is yours doing that, Carlos, or am I the only one? Intermittent video. No, everything's fine. It's me, I guess. So I don't know what's going on, whether it's my preamp or whether it's my receiver. So I don't know. But anyway, and Jim Yap, Jim Chan, N7Q, I'm sorry to hear that your brother-in-law passed away. That's a difficult situation. And Richard, good that you're going down. Richard's such a nice guy. When I talked about having some service done on the Corvette, one of the mechanics that's on their team has a shop here in Tacoma. He works on exotic cars, and looks like a real nice place, real new modern cars. And Richard was going to get together with him and myself and have lunch with us so I could get acquainted with him. But I don't think my car fits into the cars that he works on. I think I'm better off at the Chevrolet dealer. We'll find out. Richard even said he went to school with Gary I can't say it now, Gilchrist, I think it is. They played, I think he said, trombone in the band together. So I don't know, Richard. I drove down there to see where it was because I actually didn't know where it was. It's on about 60th. 6013, I think, is the address, and so we drove down there. I needed to find where the service entrance was if I'm going to go down there and drop the Corvette off. And then we'll have to pick it up. Probably be done in the afternoon. So, Joanne was given some prunes, and so she made a deep dish prune pie thing. I think she calls it a crisp. They were Italian prunes. They were the purple ones, and it was really good. I can tell you what we had for dinner, but that's about all. So I guess I'll just turn it back to Dave. KD7QKU, back to net.
KD7QKU, thanks with that. Let's pop on to Richard, K7ITX.
Okay. Well, thanks for the nice compliments, Ron. I appreciate that, and my condolences to Covington Jim and his family. Yeah, it is weird how it's either weddings or funerals, and sometimes there's nothing in between. Or in my case, there's a lot in between. It's usually at my house, or it's been lately at my house. So anyway, and Carlos, yeah, that new tool that you showed everybody, that sounds pretty cool. I'm real curious to hear more about that, and I'll be looking forward to trying out your app. This Saturday night will be probably not possible just because I'm out of town. Not that I can't do it out of town, but I probably will be pretty worn out from all the activity. But a week from this Saturday, thank goodness I don't have anything planned. So maybe I can try out the app at that point. So with that, K7ITX, I'm going to say 73 because I'll be surprised if it makes it back to me. It might. K7ITX, back to net control.
K7ITX, thanks with that. Now let's pick up Jim in Covington, N7QO.
N7QO, thank you, Dave. Well, Dick, yeah, have a good time. But if you would, when you're away, take it a little bit easier than normal. I think maybe you might run out of steam a little earlier than you might expect. I've got another friend who has some kidney problems, and that seems to be a problem for him. So just be careful there, guy. Have fun, but watch out. And have fun. Well, let's see. Someone was talking about lottery tickets. Every state is a little bit different. What they did here, the lottery tickets used to be a smaller payout, but more people would get a payout. And yeah, Jim, I just heard you say something about $1 billion. It seems to me it was over $1 billion. That's if you take, I guess, regular payouts like an annuity or something, but it's maybe closer to half that amount if you take a lump sum. But $1 billion, I don't know. I kind of think if the payout were $1 million and they had the same kitty, then you could help 1,000 different families would be helped a whole lot by $1 million each. and I remind myself, well, that's not really to help people. It's to raise money for some cause. I don't even know what the cause is. When we buy a lottery ticket, I'm not sure where the money is going, who gets to spend it, what kitty it goes into. But that was just my thought. I would rather see smaller payouts, but more payouts and help more people. I guess they tried that in the past, but they found that more people buy tickets if the payout is higher. So I don't know. Just my rantings anyway. My thoughts. Back to you, Dave, N7QO.
N7QO, thanks with that. Let's go to James, WU7N.
Thanks, Dave, WU7N here. Well, I'm trying one more time here. Still getting error messages on the highly user-friendly OBS application, and the Dell computer just dropped off and died again. This could be curtains, not a wedding, but a funeral for the Studio XPS Dell computer, because it does not want to stay on. I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, Carlos, thank you very much for sending me all that data, texting it to me. I think what could be happening is I'm trying to copy the stream key, and it's taking the URL and adding it in, and then I know you have to have the prefix on the stream key, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, I'm fighting with the iPhone lack of any sane copy function. But thank you very much for sending that stuff there. Let's see. Thank you also very much for your efforts on software development. I look forward to being a beta tester for the Watts Streamer application. That sounds like fantastic. Hopefully by then, even if I have to buy a new computer here, one of those little box computers like we have up at the site or something, I've got a couple of Raspberry Pis around here too, but I'll find something that can run it reliably. So thank you very much for all that effort you've put into that. Okay, there went the Morse code lesson. So anyway, well, thank you all for joining tonight. It's been interesting to catch up with everybody on what's going on with people. Yeah, Jim, I was in a car accident on July 25th, and it's been kind of a slow heal-up process, but, you know, one thing that makes you realize how good you got off on something like that is tour through the ER, and then you go to the physical therapy place where all the other people are far worse off than me. So I got off light and easy, and I think I'm going to pretty much heal up. So anyway, that's all the exciting news from Northeast Bellevue. This is James, WU7N. Let me turn it back to Dave, our net control for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society.
WU7N, thanks with that. Let's go to Carlos again in Clyde Hill, 87NP.
Okay. Back online. This is 87NP, and seems like my audio is back to normal. Yeah, you're right, the microphone over there was a little bit on the low side, and I hope it's better now. Dave, you were mentioning the accident today that you probably saw on the news. Let me see if I can show the picture. Yeah, it's quite troublesome. There was this kind of yellow car. So it's basically it's on a big ramp. It's in the middle of the city, and it's very old. I mean, this is from the 1900s, and I mean it has very regular maintenance, and it can't take more than 30 people. But it seems like the one of the cables broke. and whatever the backup system wasn't able to break. So the car that was carrying about 30 people, well, more than 30 people, came down and then just went crashed on a building. So 15 people died, 18 people injured. So it's quite unexpected aspect. It's not something that people would use regular. This is typically kind of more of a tourist attraction. There's like 3 of this because Lisbon is like 7 hills, and so these are the cars that will get you from kind of the base of downtown into some of the hills, and there's like 3 like this in different areas, and so that was quite bad news for the day that showed up on many news feeds for sure. James, happy to help afterwards. I haven't used this app myself in a long time, but happy to help after the net on figuring out what might be missing. The app keeps changing also. I agree. It's not very easy. In terms of the what's going on? In terms of the app that I was using to stream before, I mean, it's mainly to run on Windows. It's probably any old PC would work. I do need to do a better job there on the audio to make sure that we don't drop audio frames. That's interesting. I'm seeing a mix of audio. Let's see if this stabilizes now. I don't know why there keeps being video frames from the previous one. And so I'll stabilize the application. Thank you, Richard. Yes, I will. In fact, I'll prepare an app with your call sign that you can just install on your PC and try it out. And I'll do the same for whoever will want to try it out. And then we'll see how that goes. And I think we're reaching top of the hour, so going back to Dave to close up the net. Thank you very much, everyone, from 87NP here in Clyde Hill.
Thanks for that. And this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the 08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7CYM. We'd like to thank the SeaTac Repeater Association for letting us use WW7STR's repeater 147.08 for our voice transmissions. So on behalf of the Western Washington Amateur Television Society, this is Dave, signing off the net at 9 o'clock. Good evening, all.
Node 3464272 disconnected. node.